Across the area from Cleveland to Lakewood to Geauga County, there is a lot of storm damage. In Cleveland, it's mostly on the west side. Churches are damaged, cars destroyed, tens of thousands of people have no power.
But on the east side, the National Weather Service confirms a tornado touchdown at 12:40 a.m. Power 5 meteorologist Mark Johnson warned us about this severe weather threat. In fact, he began tracking this part of the storm as it gathered steam over Mayfield Heights. It touched down as a twister in Chesterland and caused major damage to the only supermarket there.
Indeed, we were online from 7 o'clock yesterday evening all the way until 3 a.m. this morning tracking these storms in. I hope you got to join us on our severe weather chat. Let's show you the archive of the weather event as it came through. Let me put this map into motion a little bit. We'll take you back to midnight. Watch this line of severe storms just barreling through northern Ohio, commonly producing 1 to 2 inch rainfall, gusty winds 40 to 95 miles per hour, and some large hail. But in particular, I want to take you in to Chesterland, into Geauga County. Now, we first noticed this severe thunderstorm cell potentially doing some damage right over Mayfield Heights, right there. Boom, you see those little spinning circles? And right there is Chesterland, where that circle ends. Now, once again, I'm going to take you to the latest here. A couple of things I want you to note. Here's what we saw happening. We saw this little gust front coming in from this side. The storms to the north produced a wall of wind that came off Lake Erie and moved toward the south. That's the gust front right here, and you can actually see it on the Power of 5, meeting up with this north-south thunder cell. This is what we call a little triple point in meteorology. This is a big spin-up where these two little fronts meet, and that's why the tornado was produced right over Chesterland. But once again, you could see the tornado forming right about there, right over Mayfield Heights, and we saw it moving off toward the east-southeast right into Chesterland. It lasted about 10 minutes doing EF-1 damage. That means on the Fujita scale, that's about a 95-mile-an-hour wind, enough to take off roofs, take down trees, power lines, and wait till you see the giant eagle. It just totally devastated that grocery store. I'll tell you if there's any more thunder in your weekend forecast when we come back in a minute.
Well, as Mark just said, a lot of damage in Chesterland, which is in Geauga County, from the tornado.
And there are many people tonight who are just grateful the storm did not kill them. News Channel 5's Paul Kiska is live in Chesterland now with some powerful stories to share. Hi, Paul.
Well, hello, Tracy. They are still cleaning up here tonight in Chesterland after this tornado hit early this morning. And that's the scene really throughout the center of town here at 322 and 302. So many power poles down and power lines draping the streets and parking lots. This was some of the damage flying around last night when this twister hit. Look at this heavy piece of wood with this big nail sticking out of it, this heavy post, and working in the middle of it all when the twister hit, a seamstress.
But like the ceiling came down, so.
Kathy was working late sewing dresses for a wedding. Her sister called warning her that a big storm was coming, but Kathy kept working. It was just past 1 a.m.
And the next thing I know, the wind started tunneling in the front door.
When she heard rocks and debris pounding against her building, she took cover.
I ducked immediately under my sewing machine. Then when I saw the car somewhat lift up, I ran into the small restroom area.
When the wind finally stopped roaring, Kathy took a look outside.
And I heard this tremendous crash. And later, when it calmed down, I came out and looked, and the air conditioning unit off the top of my building had blown off and was sitting beside my car. And I stepped on a roofing nail and can barely walk today.
The tornado long gone. The damage is being cleaned up. But that wedding, it's coming. And Kathy needs power for her sewing machine. People are counting on her.
Yeah, their wedding's in 2 weeks. I just hope I can get to a sewing machine or get one set up so I can accommodate all my customers, because that's the utmost importance to me.
All right, back live at 322 and 302 in the middle of Chesterland, where the cleanup continues tonight. You know, Chesterland relies pretty much on well water, so they need power to generate it. And no water tonight with the power out for most of the people around here. So the police station at Chesterland handing out bottled water tonight, if you need to know that or want to let a relative know. Coming up at 6, the Giant Eagle, the only grocery store in town, took a direct hit. We'll show you what happened there coming up at 6. Reporting live from Chesterland tonight, Paul Kiska, News Channel 5.
All right, Paul, thanks very much.